Hey, Star Wars action figure collectors, this is Darth Phoenix 619 coming at you with another review. And this time I have the 2008 Legacy Collection, the Imperial Pilot Evolutions set. Fantastic set that I got a while back at Toys R Us. Really wanted this set for the Razorback Squadron clone pilot and a standard Revenge of the Sith pilot. And of course you get the added extra bonus of Biggs Darklighter, who wanted to be an Imperial pilot, so this is kind of him in that TIE Fighter uniform, TIE Fighter pilot uniform, of course, before he decided to fight for the galaxy instead for freedom. So let's go ahead and take a look at the figures from this pack. I'm not quite sure how much it goes for now online, or how much any of these figures go for loose, but of course you can always get clone pilot, for pretty cheap, or even get the new vintage collection oddball. So here you go. Let's start with this clone pilot. So for the most part, a pretty cool figure. Now, this helmet isn't on right, so it's kind of hard to really get that adjusted, but there he is. At the time of its release, he was a Kit Bash figure, the legs being used from an ROTS clone pilot, but a new upper body. So it's really got a nice paint job. The gray looks pretty good, with some shading and some shades of white right there, which I think looks really nice. Really like the blues. Got the blue tag there. Sorry about that. Didn't want to remove it because this guy was standing so well. Nice detail on the gloves. Really like that. He's got his breathing apparatus here. There's some orange kind of highlights to the figure. I don't know why. Maybe that's a reflection of his helmet, but it's the way it always looks to me. So nice little sculpt on the back there. So the helmet is removable. The only thing is that the head always seems to stay in there. Some of you probably have had this experience before. So like pop out the head real quick. Sorry about that. So the head is not very strong on. It doesn't really stay on the joint very well. And then he does have kind of a tiny head, so I don't ever display him without the helmet. But your standard pretty much clone pilot head, and of course he's got that little head wrap, which the paint job isn't the best, only because you can see like there's a lot of kind of gray smudges everywhere. So, and he looks like he has red eyes too, so that's kind of interesting. And then you got the peg hole there for the breathing apparatus, which is 2 pieces. Oh, there you go, that's why. There's the orange there, kind of a clear, translucent orange. And then you got the orange on the tubes there. Nice little mold there. What I really like about this clone pilot is the helmet. I do like that orange clear plastic there. I think that's really nice, and you've got some really good paint job, and then the little symbols here and the stripes and little markings and some black outlining on the side of the helmet. That looks really nice. I really like this helmet, so I definitely prefer him with that helmet on. Okay. But like I said, it just doesn't really cover his eyes very much. There you go. It's a little better. Alright, so that just pegs back in. I'll worry about the tubes later. So articulation's pretty good. You got a ball joint head, ball hinge shoulders, ball hinge elbows, swivel at the forearm, swivel waist, swivel hips, ball hinge knees. No articulation in the ankles. So clone pilot's pretty cool for the most part though. But I definitely would pick up the VC one if you don't have a standard Revenge of the Sith pilot, only due to better articulation, of course. Next we have Biggs, which is a pretty cool figure. He is somewhat different from your standard clone TIE Fighter pilot. At the time this figure was released, the legs, as a Kit Bash, the legs were reused, but the whole upper body was brand new. And I'm not sure if they used that again. And the head brand new too. So just standard black, really nice kind of gloss to it. You got your Imperial symbol right there. looks really cool. Black just looks fantastic. This part right here, the back plate there, looks really cool. Just really kind of shines. You got the breathing apparatus with a nice little detail there. Sorry about the lighting there, folks. And then we'll kind of get in closer to the chest plate. There you go. You got some Imperial symbols on the helmet. And they decided to go with an open visor type helmet just to really kind of show off his face there. But his head does look kind of small on it. And just like the clone pilot, you know, the breathing apparatus and the helmet are two separate pieces. Really nice mold on the helmet. And of course you can remove this too. So there he is. I think it's a really good likeness for the most part. You know, the paint's not all great, especially underneath there. But for the most part, I think it's a good likeness of Biggs. I usually have him displayed with him holding his helmet. So, you know, that's how I like it. And the gun, just get this really big blaster pistol, which does not fit nicely into his holster at all. I mean, the holster and the belt looks really good. I really like it, but it just doesn't fit in there really well. So I just have him hold it for the most part. Articulation's pretty good. You've got your ball joint head, ball hinge shoulders, ball hinge elbows, swivel at the forearm, swivel at the waist, swivel at the hips, ball hinge knees, and no articulation in the ankles. So pretty basically like the clone pilot. These guys are very, very similar. So, like I said, I usually like him holding onto his helmet or you know, kind of hugging it or whatever, but I think it looks better this way. And of course, you know, you really want to show off that face of his. Dashing Biggs, of course. Alright, and then finally my favorite of the pack, the main reason I got this pack is the Clone Pilot. You got your kind of Attack of the Clones, evolution into Revenge of the Sith type pilot called the Razorback Squadron. I don't know too much about them, but I mean the main appeal of this guy is his paint job. You've got the blue here, really dark, nice blue color. Looks fantastic. And then you've got all these stripes here, right there. I guess like little razor marks or something. That makes it really stand out. Same thing on the legs. And you see another pilot in a different battle pack from like I think the 30th anniversary collection. Just escapes the name of it right now. This pilot helmet, the breathing tubes are attached, if I'm not mistaken, to the helmet itself. So it's just definitely one piece. And you've got your standard clone pilot head, clone trooper head, which is a lot better than the other one. And it's got some brown eyes. I think the head is much more proportioned to the figure. Really cool. On his blaster rifle there. Just a really good looking figure. And then you've got some more blue details, blue paint apps on the belt. You know, I mean, he's kind of, I mean, he's basically a repaint, remold of a older figure of the standard, you know, pilots, the yellow markings, but I think the paint job, the variation, definitely warrants a purchase, especially if you're a big clone fan like myself. You've got your ball jointed head, ball hinge shoulders, ball hinged elbows, swivel wrists, swivel waist, swivel hips, ball hinged knees, and you do get ball hinged ankles on this guy. So this is a really cool figure. This, you know, the pack doesn't peg in there at all, but that's okay. So highly recommended. You know, I mean, there's a lot of reasons to get this pack. Just, you know, you get another clone, you get 2 clones actually, especially this guy who's really nice. You get a Biggs. You know, if you're not a clone fan, you can always look these guys up loose, and like I said, I'm not quite sure how much they go for, but all in all, it's a very strong pack. I do like it, so I do recommend it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Hope it didn't go too long, and please rate, subscribe, like, favorite, comment. You guys know the drill, and until next time, may the Force be with you.